Hello, it is Lori B at Grungy Girl Journals, and I am here to show you a little prayer book, a little mini prayer book that actually, this is a redo on this book. I wasn't happy with the cover, and I redid it and just tore it apart. And I make my books to where I can tear them apart, just down to the signatures if I want to, because sometimes you're just not jiving with it. And I had this for a couple of months, and I looked at it again. My kitty cat, my new kitten, is over there tearing into my scrapbook paper. Oh Lord, can you hear? So I redid it, and I'm talking about the actual book, and I made a, oh, now there's two over there. Oh, sorry, I'm distracted. So I made a cover for it too, and I kind of wanted it to be understated because I can imagine this in your lap at church, just writing your thoughts about God and your prayers, and if any of your prayers have been answered, and maybe what the preacher or the priest or whatever spoke about that day. And I really stuffed it. Now look at this. I stuffed it because, with things like that, you may have a lot to say. I know I would. So these are all blank, and if I remember correctly, they're different types of pages as compared to using one particular paper throughout. I use several different. So this is a vintage hanky, and this was very simple to do. For some reason, I like everything catawampus, so and I wanted to show off, the stitching on all of it. So I kind of skewed it to where you can see a lot of the napkin, and the staining is kind of turning out a little, the coloring's a little off, but this is tea stained. And these areas that you see here, I don't know if you can see it. I just use a syringe and take some tea and kind of squirt. If I want to have some little extra oomph on it, then that's what I do. I just use a syringe. Love this. I have several of these that I bought from different places, all different sizes, and this was just the perfect size for this little book. This is some, I believe I hand dyed this, but I also tea stained it, so it's got all these little lovely spots in it. And this is sewn. I folded it, and then I folded two or three more times, and I put the seam binding in between. I didn't want any stitching to show on the outside. I wanted it to just be very plain. So I did some invisible stitching, which I don't do very often because I'm not very good at it. And it's probably not very invisible, but that's just what I wanted to do. So that's what I did. So that just comes off very simple. Coloring's a little off. This is a sage green, and I did dye this myself. This was a table runner, I believe. And there was a hole right here like this. So I wanted it to have a little dimension on it. My face is not working today. My okay, do over. So this is ribbon. This is seam binding, and all I did was I did a knot in it, and then I used glue, and I made just kind of a little button out of it. So I don't know if you can see that. So it just kind of gives it some dimension. And I love this. I love this doily. I gave it a little skirt on the side, on the spine, and I had to cut. This was a round doily or oblong table runner, so I had to cut it to kind of piece it on this little hardback. And so that's where this is right here. I just kind of interwove it and it's glued on there. It turned out so good. I was so worried that I was going to get a big glue blob come out through the fabric, but I used Fabri-Tac and I was a real good girl. I spread it all out nice and even so that that didn't happen, and just couldn't be happier with it. So it's a pretty sage green. I don't think you can really see that. It's very soft. It's and it's also tea stained, so it's kind of muted. And that's embroidered on there. I don't know if you can see that. So here is some tulle in that pretty sage green, darker sage green. And this was a pillow, I think, like a quilt pillow. And I just pleated it and hand stitched that around the edges. And it's the same in the back. So as you can see, lots and lots of different papers in there. And I'm not going to flip through all of them. I have some that I just played with. This is probably a piece of paper that was at the bottom of the pan. And some of them are lined, some of them are smaller cuts. They're different textures, different types of papers, just all throughout there. And it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 signatures. Can you believe that? 9 signatures in this little baby. And I think it is about 5 by 4.5, I think. So it just turned out really cute. So this is going off to the new owner today. And I hope she's happy with it. I hope she takes it to church, and I hope she writes in it a lot. And I would love to see it written in it. I don't have to read what it says. I just want to see the words. I want to see all the words. So that is that. And this is my prayer book. I think this is number 3, and I haven't done 1 and 2 yet. Not sure I will. I probably will. They're all different, so I probably will. So I appreciate you watching. Give me a thumbs up, guys. I have not been on for such a long time, and I've missed you all, and just getting back to doing it. That's all I had to do. I just had to get back to it, and I'm so proud of myself because I fought it for some reason. I just wanted to make stuff, and I ended up making too much stuff, and I got overwhelmed with it, and I got stuck. And it wasn't that I didn't have the ideas for the journals; those just kept on coming. I just got stuck in this. I got nervous about filming again. So give me some thumbs up. And I have some news coming up pretty soon about something. Some news about something. I'm not going to say what yet, but just be looking for future videos where I talk about something, the little something something. So I will close for now because I'm starting to ramble, and I will see you all next time.